is doing its sunny side up. It's the hen. Fuck. Hello! What's going on, my friends? How you doing? How you doing? Welcome to the Stump Me stream, where we're gonna do Arabian Nights tonight. These are the kind of streams that, like, I'll have to wait 5 years again before I can do them, right? Because it'll be like, well, we've done all the ones from this set as we progress through the chain. And actually, I was talking to a buddy of mine and saying how I tried this challenge and I only got stumped on one card. And I told him that, like, from the previous one when we did Alpha, Beta, and Unlimited, right? And I told him that it was Creature Bond, and he was able to identify the card the same way I did, and then made the same mistake I did, which was pretty amusing. Now, I can't forget to share the live stream link, because yeah, this is a fun concept. I genuinely enjoy this. All right, let's see. Share the live stream link. All right. All right, there we go. That's good. So yeah, I'm back from the Commander Masters event. That was an amusing time that, I don't know, maybe we'll talk about later in the stream or whatever, but overall, I enjoyed myself. So let's say our hellos to the people who have arrived for the beginning of the stream, and then let's talk about some magical cards, shall we? What up, Picard, Gossett, Jess, Ashmead, Blade, Parise, Felonious T, Jugglum, Richardson, Beano, Beasley, who else? Yamagoro, Gerthulu, Bo, Falcon, Merfolk Bear, Dutchman, Jeremy, Avalanche, Franklin. What's up? What's going on? What up, 101? So yeah, we're gonna talk about the Arabian Night stuff. But you know what? Actually, I'm just gonna talk about what happened at the Commander Masters event first to get that amusement out of the way for me, because the way it played out is pretty funny. So I rope my buddy into this, and by rope him into it, I mean we always go to, like, pre-release events together. So we go to this Commander Masters event, and it's a draft, right? And so it's like, okay, we got our draft packs or whatever, and then it just dawns on me as I'm there when we're talking about it. It's like, wait a minute, when we're done drafting, we're dividing up into groups of 4? And then my brain went, why? And then it went, because it's Commander, dude. And then I went, oh no, the draft is Commander. And you know what I realized tonight, though, from actually playing in it? My problem isn't Commander. My problem is I hate multiplayer Magic. It's not Commander I hate. The idea of a 100 card deck with a recastable Commander and a theme and, like, color restrictions, I'm cool with all that. It's actually just the idea of multiplayer Magic that I don't enjoy. It's not really a thing that, like, turns my crank. So this draft, once I realized it was going to be Commander, I was just kind of like, oh, I don't want to play. And my buddy didn't want to play either. But we're like, hey, we're here. Let's do the draft. And we'll play. We'll do it. Whatever. We'll sit down and play. So I just rare drafted. Like, that's all I did. Was like, I'm grabbing every rare that comes by and every foil that comes by. And then I'll just pick uncommons that I want. That's it. Like, I'm just picking Magic cards that I want. I don't care about what happens in this draft. And by the way, that's a perfectly valid philosophy that I've used for a whole number of drafts, where it's just straight up, if you don't have something you feel like playing from the first pack, just grab whatever suits your fancy. But, like, I'm not thinking about building a Commander deck to the point where the first pack I opened up had, like, the Red Godo guy. And I'm like, I guess I'm playing Red Godo. And I just was drafting random crap. And then when I got to the second pack, I was like, you you need to pick other commanders, bro, because the monocolored commanders have partners. So you want to have some options, don't you? So I drafted a couple of different legendaries, and then I was like, oh, green looks like nobody was mucking about with green, so I had already picked a bunch of green in the first pack, and the second pack I continued picking green, grabbed Gore Claw or whatever, and we ended up with a point where people were screwing up the draft. So if you're used to drafting like one card per pack, which is normal, that's what you do. So we had people with odd numbers of cards, and they were just trying to unravel everything at the end and figure out who's missing cards. And I'm like, down here at the end, I'm at the very end. You guys have kept some of my cards. I don't know what's going on, but I only have 15 cards down here. And they're like, why do you only have 15 cards? I'm like, because you're a bottleneck up there. You see all the cards on the table in front of you? Some of those are mine. And then they're like, but we don't know what's yours because it's all just stacks of 2. So who gets the gifts? And I'm like, I don't care. Just give me whatever crap. And so they just tossed over 4 random crap cards. Here you go. And I flipped them over. They're all green. And they weren't garbage. Like, there was so much good green stuff wheeling around. But here's how it went. By the time I'm done drafting my cards, I wasn't sure that I would have enough to play 2 colors. Like, you got to build just a 60 card deck. And so I was like, do I have enough cards? And actually the store owner was making fun of me. He's like, you don't have enough, do you? You're going to have to put more lands into your deck, aren't you? And it was true, I did. I was playing green-blue, and I didn't have enough non-land cards for the deck. And I didn't trim anything. I played all blue. I played all green that I got, and the colorless artifacts that I got, too, just to, like, get the number up. Boom. Let's go. And then my deck... I'm like, I've got a garbage deck. So I sit down with these 4 guys and I'm like, I just want to lose this game as quickly as possible. I said to them, I'm like, my deck isn't good. I didn't pay attention drafting. I didn't do a good job. And I'm totally cool with coming in 4th. You guys are all free to wail on me. This is all good. Have at it. Have at it. So the game started out fierce. Second turn, this is a draft. Second turn, buddy beside me, who, by the way, is playing mono black with 2 black partner commanders, Yargle and Gissa, right? So he, on the second turn, just goes, Jeweled Lotus, Yargle? And it's like, oh, that's a 9-3. Oh my God, that's a 9-3. So yeah, he put that out, and then it was my turn, and I just put down a land, and I put down my Lightning Greaves. My starting hand, I was like, people were mulliganing. I'm like, you get a free mulligan with this, right? And they're like, yeah. And I looked at my hand, I'm like, I got 2 lands, I'll keep it. I didn't even pay attention. One of the lands was an Opal Palace, which was colorless, and I looked at it and went, I only have access to one of my 2 colors and 2 lands. And this hand doesn't look very good, but I don't care because I want to lose. So I just threw it down and said, whatever, right? But the way the universe plays out sometimes is pretty funny. So I put down a second turn Lightning Greaves, and then this other guy puts out a creature, this guy puts out a creature, swing back around to Yargle Town, and guess who doesn't have a creature? So Yargle comes and punches me in the face. He's like, yo, get some. Have some Yargle, right? And I'm like, oh, mama, it hurts. It hurts. So I'm like, I take 9 damage. I'm like, bro, I'm at 11. No, I was at 31, right? I went first. I didn't even draw. Somebody had to go, yo, you draw on first. Like, I'm playing like noob level. Oh, yeah, I draw to start? Oh, I'm at 40? Okay, and can I attack more than 1 person at once? Like, legit, I don't know the rules of Commander, bro. 21 Commander damage? I've taken 9 of it? Okay, that doesn't feel good. Hey, Callaway says, I've had maybe 2 or 3 drafts that didn't completely suck ever. I definitely feel like I missed the better days of Magic. Drafting can be a lot of fun. Just don't get, like, too worked up about it. So, Bino, you think partner sounds like BS? I like partner, actually. I found that in the idea with the partner with the monocolored was if you want to play a 2-color commander, like a 2-color deck, you can use 2 different commanders to achieve that effect. I actually liked that. So, I don't have a problem with that part of it. I utilized that as well, actually, so that I could play green-blue. So to me, that just seemed like a useful rule to include in the event. So yeah, Yargle comes in, and he's swinging in on me, right? And then, like, I had no idea. I had no idea what I was in store for. I didn't realize that, like, what was about to happen was about to happen. But I just went, I'm going to play Gore Claw. And I put out Gore Claw, because Gore Claw is one of my 2 commanders, right? I'm playing green-blue. Got Goreclaw, pretty solid. 1 green and 3. Oh, yo, you know what? Yo, what am I thinking? I got the cards right here. I don't need to tell you. I don't need to tell you. I can legit show you. Oh, I can show you the, what is it, like, dozen rares that I drafted and the 10 or 11 foils. What up, Ryan? Okay, so where are you, Goreclaw? They downgraded Goreclaw to uncommon. Okay, so there's Goreclaw, right? And then my other commander was this busted nonsense. This card is way too strong. Way too strong when it's left unchecked. Oh my god. So yeah, Goreclaw here is 4 to put out. 4/3. Creatures that you have with power 4 or greater cost 2 less to cast. So this guy costs 2 less to cast. And whenever you attack with creatures with power 4 or greater, they get +1/+1 and trample. So when Goreclaw swings, all your creatures that have power 4 or greater get bigger and get trample, right? So I've got like Goreclaw out, and I didn't even, like, I had this. This was the colorless land. I didn't pay attention to the ability. So when I put it out, I was just like, yo, this says every time I cast my commander, they get bigger. So this guy comes out with a +1/+1 counter. And then the next turn, I can cast this guy with a +1/+1 counter. And I've got the lightning greaves to make them just untargetable and haste. So it was just like, yo, whoa, this is kind of sick. This is kind of sick. And then it just got crazier from there. Where's the one card that blew my mind, bro? I misread it. And so when I got it, this is so dumb. This is so dumb. Azuri's Predation. This card is nuts. I got to go hard with big fat green, boys. 3 green and 5. I thought this said for each opponent, choose one of their creatures, make a 4/4, and it fights that creature. No. When I actually got the mana and cast it on curve on like the 8th turn or whatever, bro. Actually, no, it wasn't the 8th turn because I had the Elvish Mystic and the Beanstalk Giant accelerated me. I got this like 6th turn, turn 6. I played this. There were 4 creatures on the board. It killed 3 of them. It makes a 4/4 for every creature your opponent controls, and each of those 4/4s fight that creature. So my one opponent had a 5/6. Everybody else's creatures were smaller than this. So I was left with 4/4/4 tokens and Goreclaw. And guys, you got to understand that before we started playing the game, I kept talking about how weak my deck was and how it was poorly drafted and stuff. And so I started going, guys, I swear this wasn't, I'm not like into political manipulation. I'm not trying to trick you guys. I wasn't trying to have you not attack me. I said from the get-go, attack me. This wasn't a manipulation attempt. I didn't expect the deck to work this well. Like legit, I got to cast all of that. I cast a Gulta as well for 2 mana. Buddy counterspelled it, and it didn't matter. I just turned around and went, okay, I'm going to crush you with the squad. I smashed him with the squad, and then the other 2 guys just went, yo, I can't do nothing about this. Can you do nothing about it? And I'm like, and then, no. And I'm like, is it my turn? And he was like, I think we're just actually done, and you win. And I'm like, oh, is that what we're doing? Shit, I feel bad. Sorry. Like, I didn't even want to play Commander. I wanted to lose first so that they but I'm like, fuck that. I'm going to play the hand I'm dealt, bro. I may have been asleep during the draft, rare drafting. I may not have realized the potential of this deck, but I don't miss synergy in play. I play the cube all the time, which means I am highly adaptable. I'm very used to going, this board state is unfucking known to me. We've got all these different things. Anything can happen. Utilize what you have the best effect. And I didn't even need to worry about utilizing what I had the best effect because I had a baseball bat and everybody else had noodles. Somebody else had taken care of Yargle for me and I was already just free and clear to go to town. So yeah, I went ham. And I felt bad at how fast it went off. It was crazy, but it also felt awesome. Nathan, yeah, I did. I did have a lot of fun. I rare drafted, and then I won. All right, so let's look at the cards here. Let's look at what we got. Let's look at the fun stuff, and then we'll do the Arabian Knightage, okay? All right, so let's go with a rare pile. So we got the Predation. We got Galta, and like, yo, for real, this draft was fun in that, like, Buddy could have taken Galta. Somebody, my one friend did hate draft some cards for me. But my buddy was like, nah, I'm gonna let you get Galta. He's like, I've got other cards I want to take, so Merry Christmas. And then I got it, I'm like, whoa, I get Galta, this is nutty. This is nutty. All right, that guy's rare. And 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 this guy's rare. And this guy's rare. Alright. Are there mores? Oh, that's nice too. Snag that, because I like the look of it. Foil Beanstalker. And the Lightning Greaves are some hotness too. I do like that. One thing I wanted to see in action but didn't get to see in action was Portal Mage. I was like, oh, that seems really neat. And the fact that they made Rampaging Brontodon uncommon, oh my god, bro. Oh my god, it's 7 mana for a 7/7 Trampler. And whenever it attacks, it gets +1/+1 for each fucking land you have. Like, holy gigantic green dicks. He's even got the big green dick neck. It's amazing. I love this thing. I got 2 of them. I got a foil one in here too. There's another rare. There's another rare. Oh, and I got fucking fat dicked Molimo. And a cool looking Myriad Landscape. That's a sweet score. Oh, there's another rare. Here we go. Here's some foils. Some foils. There's that other raw Rampaging Brontodon. Alright. And there's another rare, Lorthos. All right, so let's see here. How many rares did I actually get? How many rares did I rare draft? Like the count. Look at that. All right, so 13, 12 rares and a mythic. And then for foils, ten foils, 13 rares. Rare draft to the win, baby. All right. All right. Switch it back. Bam. There we go. Lightning Greaves and Inferno Titan. I didn't even play Red, man. I was like, I mean, I figured Sun Quan was going to be pretty solid. I didn't realize he was just going to be stupid dirty because I don't think like a Commander player. And I didn't I'm like, my brain doesn't go, my brain goes Sun Quan. Every time you play him in the cube or whatever, dead right away. Dead on arrival. I'm playing a 4-player game. He's going to die. My brain doesn't go, oh yeah, he goes back to the command zone. So I forget about that. So I just go, yeah, he's going to be all right, but somebody will handle him right quick and we'll be done. Like, that's how it goes. Not realizing, yo, this is repeatable? So, makes all the difference. Makes all the difference. Oh yeah, I did score a lot of fun, good cards. This was fun. This was fun. Which one's for the cube? Oh, good question. You know what? Let's talk about that real quick. Let's talk about what would make it into the cube. If anything, that's like some of these may already be in there, but we'll just talk about that specifically as if none of them were. All right, so from the foil stuff, Witch's Cauldron is actually something I would dabble with in the cube because it's card draw, and card draw is massively strong in the cube. It's a sack outlet as well. The fact that it taps is a big drawback. If this didn't tap, then it would be obscenely powerful, and I would put it in 100%, right? Not these guys, not you. Rampaging Brontodon is pretty beastly, so meh. Portal Mage isn't nearly as exciting in a 2-player game, right? Because you can reselect the player or permanent that's being attacked, so it could just be used to save a Planeswalker. That's not really very exciting. In terms of the rares and mythics, Sun Quan, absolutely. Absolutely. Fairy Artisans, what do they do? 4 mana, 2/2. When a non-token creature enters the battlefield under its opponent control, create a token that's a copy of that creature, except it's an artifact in addition. Whoa! What? It makes copies of your opponent's creatures for free every time? That's nuts! Bro, that's nuts! Yeah, that's Cubid. Rejuvenating Springs? No, obviously. Lorthos the Tidemaker? Yup, absolutely. Heavenly Blade Master, 6 mana, 3/6 flying double strike. Okay. Enters the battlefield, attaching a number of ore and equipment to it. All right. Other creatures get +1/+1. And what? For each one? Okay. Yup. Absolutely. Azuri's Predation? Absolutely. Galta? Do you even need to ask? A gigantic dong dinosaur? Hell yeah. Decree of Pain? Absolutely. Yuriko? You're busted, aren't you? Whenever an injury control deals, so it's just basically her. So whenever she deals combat damage to a player, reveal the top card of your library, put that card in your hand. Each opponent loses life equal to that card's mana value. Yeah. Yeah. Yes. Dumb. Dumb. All right. Godo, what do you do? Give extra attack fee? Yeah, no. No, Godo is a no. Inferno Titan is a yes. Disrupt Decorum. Goad all creatures you don't control. This is a maybe. This is a maybe. And Experiment Craj is a yes, because you can get everybody's abilities. All right. Yeah, talking about magic cards is good times. Richardson, yeah, bro. Honestly, once it clicked in that it was Commander, I cared even less than in a normal draft. I keep that shit easy breezy. I don't care. I want to have a good time. The win doesn't really matter. Honestly, the way this event worked was the store owner charged considerably less than normal for the event and just went, we're not really doing any prizing aside from these little March of the Machine promo packs that Wizards gave out for promotional purposes. So this is what was like, basically, if you won your Commander game, you get a foil pack. And I'm like, I didn't even care. At the beginning of the game, I was going to grab a yellow one, being like, yo, I know I'm going to be last. I ain't even worrying about it. And then the stuff was just too powerful, and I noticed. And was just like, all right, wham, wham, you know? So let's open this too now that we're at it. Let's switch back. Let's keep teasing. Let's tease the Arabian Nights stream and never actually talk about Arabian Nights. All right? How's that sound? All right, let's see what we got, because there might be some cube stuff in here too. But you know, no problem, man. I like talking about Magic cards, especially from the perspective of will they go into my cube. I'm stoked about the cube. It is my favorite way to play Magic. So what do we got? We got Pile On. I believe I have a non-foil version of this in the cube, so I can slap this in place of it, right? This is 1 black and 3 instant with Convoke, so you can tap creatures to make it cheaper. Destroy a creature or planeswalker, Surveil 2. Yeah, that's awesome. In the cube, you can use it as an answer to multiple things, plus control what's on the top of the deck or view what's on top of the deck, deny resources depending on how you want to do it. That's sweet. That's sweet. Nathan, that came from one draft. I saw one draft, yes, with 8 people. No, sorry, 6 people. There was 12 people in total, so we were divided into 2 groups of 6. So, yeah, you'd have 6 people with 3 booster packs apiece. So, out of the 18 booster packs that circulated, I acquired 13 rares and mythics. 10 foils. So out of the 18 foils at the table, I took 10 of them. And I took multiple people's worth of rares, and I took the win too. Daddy took it all! I mean, Buddy got the Jeweled Lotus. So he won harder in a way, right? But still. All right, so Pile On is definitely QB. Then we've got Kami of Whispered Hopes. What are you? 1 green and 2, 1/1. If 1 or more +1/+1 counters be put on a permanent you control, add an extra one. I dig that. Tap it, add X mana of any one color. X is its power. Oh, interesting. This could actually be gross. This one I'm on the fence. I'm on the fence about. Maybe QB, but also kind of weak at 3 mana. So, oh, hey, Ren and Realmbreaker. All right. 2 green and 1. Lands you control have tap. Add 1 mana of any color. Well, that's useless in the cube. One target land becomes a 3/3 elemental creature with vigilance, hexproof, and haste until your next turn. Wow, not even until end of turn. It's still a land. Mill 3 cards, put a permanent from among into your hand. 7. Play lands and cast permanent spells. Wow. Yeah. Yeah. That's Cubalicious. That's Cubalicious. And then there's an arena code. All right. Hey, that's a nice little prize for my cube out of that pack. A nice little memento of the draft on top of there's one card in here for sure that wasn't in the cube. Absolutely. Which one was it again? Azuri's Predation. That one. Heavenly Blade Master and Fairy Artisans. Actually, Fairy Artisans technically might be in there. But these two definitely aren't. So there's some new additions for the cube. There's also the promo Disrupt Decorum, which I want to talk about for a second because it feels weird. It's like, it says go to all creatures you don't control, but down here it says Strixhaven Star, but it's all capitalized and the rest is italicized kind of deal. So you look at it and go, this reads just like an ability. It reads like the card has another ability called Strixhaven Star, and this explains what it does. And it always messes with my head. It always messes with my head. All right. That's the end of the show and tell part. Now it's the tell and show part. Oh, see what I did there? Pretty clever. Bo Valgan says, spin that Plinko. Oh, wait. Guess the Arabian Night card you put on the battlefield for free and it taps for 1 red mana. Best card in Arabian Nights. It is. It was a very weird thing back in the day when you looked at Arabian Nights and realized that Arabian Nights only had mountains as a basic. It didn't have any other basic lands in it. So there are mountains that have the Arabian Night expansion symbol on it, and only mountains. You can't get any of the other 4 basic land types. And the reason for that is because Arabian Nights was actually not meant to be the expansion as you know it from Magic that it is. It wasn't meant to be a added on to what you have. It was meant to be a separate entity with pink backs. So all of the cards would have had pink backs for Arabian Nights. And other people talked Richard Garfield out of that idea. They explained to him that it was a bad idea and that all the cards should have the same back so they could be played together. And if they didn't talk him into it that way, we might have ended up with something closer to Keyforge than Magic, right? Nobody used sleeves back then, so intermixing cards would have made it very easy to tell what was what. So there is an Arabian Nights mountain, but only a mountain, because Wizards went and said, or Garfield went and said, okay, take all the lands out, but then they missed the mountain, so the mountain just got printed. There's some people who've like went out and collected up the mountains to use in their decks. I always just found it annoying. You know, now it's quaint and I enjoy it for the historical value, but back then I just was like, meh. They never felt special unless you were just like, yo, I want like black bordered mountains. But Ice Age solved that when they came along and were like, okay, here's the first standalone expansion, right? Where you can play it as its own thing. It has starter decks and whatever. It's a full set instead of just an expansion. All right. So, go ahead. Start naming Arabian Nights cards. And we'll see if you can stump me. Let's see how much I remember. Last time with the Creature Bond, that worked out well. And it was funny having my buddy end up with the exact same results where he put Power Leak's ability on it too. I was like, that's amazing. You remember the card artwork and everything, but it's straight up, you think it does the same thing I did. Chaos Extreme, that's way too easy. You're supposed to give me the name, not all the text of it, right? Like, you're just supposed to go Guardian Beast, and then I'm supposed to tell you that it protects your artifacts and is a 2/4. Don't give me any more help than just the straight up name, bro. Because that's all we need to do is tickle my brain and give me a chance to make a mistake. If you give me the actual text of the card, it's not even a challenge. You know what I mean? Like, that's way too easy. That's way too easy. James P. Mountain. Come on, man. Bo Falcon already did that. We literally, you just got here, didn't you? You got here right now. You're silly. What was that honey card? Oh, Drop of Honey. Okay, yeah, that's a good one. Drop of Honey is 1 green, and oh, let me cast back into my memory. What do I remember about Drop of Honey? The artwork is like literally like a bee's head and some honey. It's 1 green, and it starts eating creatures, right? Porphyry nodes is the same thing for white from Planar Chaos. So it starts with the smallest creature and eats upwards. And then once there's no creatures left, it goes away. So during your upkeep, it's going to destroy a creature with the lowest power, and you choose if there's a tie. And then you keep doing that each upkeep until eventually there's no creatures left, and the Drop of Honey goes. I'm going to say that. And it's got like a bee's head, and the background is all orange. Drop if honey. Drop of honey. During your upkeep, the creature in play with the lowest power is destroyed and cannot be regenerated. Oh, I got to remember that part. That's an additional part, right? If there's a tie, you choose which to destroy. Drop of Honey must be discarded if there's no creatures in play. Bam! Yay! Yup, that's definitely not stumpage. That's a minor tweak that I missed. And that's great, because I thought I had nailed it 100%. And it's like, nah, you got 98%. 98%. All Ryan S coming in with Bird Maiden. Okay. All right. Super chatting Bird Maiden. Picture it. Oh, she's so colorful. So colorful and so awful. Oh, yeah, and they printed 2 different variants with different casting costs, like the dark and the light bubble. Didn't you have the same casting cost as the Gray Ogre, but 1 less power and is flying? That sounds right. 1 red and 2 for a 1/2 flyer, and she's like Kaja Foglio, like an actual pretty bird maiden flying by in the sky, where you're like, man, she's not the... I'd be sad to like see her get set on fire by a dragon or something, right? Definitely a very fantastical and flavorful concept. Hey, yeah. Bam. Look at that. Man, I love that artwork. What does the flavor text say? Because I couldn't tell you that. 4 things that never meet do here unite, to shed my blood and to ravage my heart. A radiant brow and tresses that beguile, and rosy cheeks and a glittering smile. The Arabian... Oh, okay. It's just from the Arabian Nights. Fair enough. I can see why I didn't remember this. All right. All right. Thought simple might be harder to get. There's logic to whatever. You can pick rares, all that kind of stuff. Magnetic Mountain. Isn't Magnetic Mountain Antiquities? Is Magnetic Mountain genuinely Arabian Nights? It's so old that I'm like, it feels like an Antiquities card. Are you picking from the right set? Are you picking from the right set? So people seem to be very confused. You name cards. That's it. Those are the only entries. As soon as I start reading anything that looks like you're trying to say card text, disqualified entry. Try again with a name. I'm not interested in you giving me what's the fucking hard... You're literally giving me the fucking hardest part. Hey, if I tell you all the actual functional, useful information about... Can you just come up with the name? Come on, man. Come on. There's a reason that it's set up the way it is. I haven't looked at the fucking cards so that I can have as like hazy a memory as possible, right? And telling me the fucking text is the worst way to do it. It's the worst way to do it. So yeah, last time we did it with the names, it worked great. So that's how we'll roll. That's why I even pinned, like, I pinned the comment to try and make it simpler for people. I figured if I put in a big blue box at the top, name cards, like, name them. It's like okay, I will go like this. Choose the name of a Arabian Nights card to try and stump me. And we'll replace it, because I guess I wasn't fucking clear enough. Ba-ba-ba. There we go. Because I want everybody to be able to pick the cards they want. I don't want you to, I don't want you to ruin the cards for yourself. That's all I'm saying, right? If you tell me the text, we're not even going to bother with that one. Because I already fucking, we're on. We're going. Ryan, Army of Allah. Metal mask people, right? It's a bunch of people from the front. They might be holding spears. It's 2 white and 1. And it is an instant. It's 2 white and 1. And an instant. That gives... I'm going to say they probably limited it to attacking creatures, right? +2/+0 to all attacking creatures until end of turn? Yeah, I'm going to go with that. I'm going to go with that. All right, let's see here. 2 white and 1, all attacking creatures get +2/+0 till end of turn. Instant speed, metal face, front on. They got the spears. Daddy likes it. Daddy likes it. Jess Super Chat says, Bizarre Baghdad, I believe in you and Bigfoot. Thanks for believing in me, buddy. And you can believe in Bigfoot all you want. In fact, there's a Bigfoot in Ice Age, so don't forget to ask about him. And there's one in Legends, too. Don't forget to ask about them when we get to those sets, bro. Okay, so, Bizarre Baghdad. That's a super valuable card because people actually use that. I remember hating it. My brain went, wait. Why would I play this? This is terrible. This is a land that literally does not produce mana. You tap it to draw 2 cards, but you have to discard 3 cards before you can do anything. So it's like, so I use my land drop to be behind on mana, and I only draw 2 and discard 3. Like, my reasoning at the beginning of Magic went, no, this is a terrible deal. Why would I do this? Why would I ever want to do this? Not understanding the applications that it would be used for in the future, right? So it is a powerful effect, but it really, like, when you're a noob and you're, like, looking at it, you're going, this is awful. Why would I ever use this? Why would I ever use this? Tap to take 2 cards from your library, after which you must immediately discard 3 from your hand to your graveyard. If you don't have 3 or more cards in your hand, discard your whole hand. No spells can be cast between drawing and discarding cards. Awful. Awful for a beginner. Awful. Oh, Jandor's Ring. Now we're getting challenging. Okay. Jandor's Ring. Oh my god, the Jandor's cards are terrible. Okay, don't twist them up. That's what happened to my buddy today, actually. I was stumping him. Remember how I nailed Jade Statue? I said Jade Statue to him, and he combined Jade Monolith and Gauntlets of Chaos from Legends together into a card. And I went, no, those are these 2 separate cards. That's the art from this card and this. And I do love knowing Magic well enough to pick it apart. Okay, now that I've bought myself enough time to think about Jandor's Ring. It's expensive and awful. So we're going to go 6 casting cost. It is a 2 activate. It's Arabian Night, so it's going to be mono artifact. It's going to tap, so you get 1 use. It's super restricted in terms of usage, so it's going to be really dumb. 2 mana, tap to discard a card and draw a card, but you can literally only use it right when you've drawn a card. Something like that. It's that awful. So a 6 cast ring, 2 and tap, discard and draw, but do it only after you've just drawn a card. And the artwork is like a red class ring. It's like a red class ring. All right. All right, and there's the non-Arabian Nights version. Look at that. It's got the T tap symbol instead of the whatever. But the Arabian Nights won't. This will screw you up. This, to some people, they'll be like, yo, what? Like, I can use this a ton of times. That's awesome. See, discard a card you just drew from your library. Draw another card to replace it. That's what I said. And you can see mono artifact right here. That's how they used to indicate you can only use it 1 time. You can only use this artifact if you got mono. You've been kissing ladies? Nope, you can't use this ring. So, yeah, nailed it. Nailed it. Red class ring, does everything I said. Bam. Bam. Habanero, yeah, Dredge is insane with the Bazaar. Absolutely. Absolutely. Dredge is nutty. And I mean, it's only a matter of time. Wizards makes these cards, and then years and years later, they make other cards that are powerfully synergistic. Meh, that's part of the fun. That's part of the fun. Wide Win Afreet. Oh, okay. Wide Win Afreet and Majai de Jin are two sides of the same coin. They're both coin flipping 6/3s and 3/6 respectively. Which one's which, though? Which one's which? Okay, they only reprinted one, right? They reprinted the 6/3 Majai in revised. 6/3. Yep, so that leaves 3/6. So Wide Win Afreet is he's got a gray body. He's a 3/6. And whenever you go to assign him as a blocker, you have to flip a coin. If you lose the coin toss, he can't be assigned as a blocker. Like, he's not considered a blocker, and he's probably tapped as well. All right, let's take a look. Man, I love old school Magic, bro. It makes me happy. No, I didn't spell it right, did I? There he is. Yeah. Gray body, 3 red, 3/6. If you choose to block with them, flip a coin after defense is announced. If it ends up in opponent flavor, can't block. Okay, can't block. So the tap part was wrong. The tap part was wrong. But, yeah. Who picks the coin flip? Who gives a shit? It's fucking irrelevant. I'm telling you, like, what the card does effectively, not like word for fucking word. Yeah, but you didn't say it was the opponent. It doesn't matter who fucking calls the coin flip. All that matters is that you got a 50-50 chance of that happening, and it's determined by coins. I ain't getting that specific or worrying about that level of shit. So that ain't part of it, son. That ain't stumping me. That doesn't functionally change the card in the slightest. I said coin toss. Yeah, but who picked it? No! No! Cthulhu Rook Egg. I mean, that card was a powerhouse back in the day, right? So, you get a 4/4 Rook token when you use it. What is it? When you lose it. That's how it works. It's 1 red and 3 for a... It's awful. 1 red and 3. I don't think it had 1 toughness, did it? It had 3 toughness. I never remember because everyone would just bury him with Despotic Scepters, right? So, yeah. I'm going to say 1 red and 3 for a 0/3. And when it dies, you make a 4/4 Rook token. That one I feel pretty strongly on. Ew, I hate this version of it. Show me the good version. Yeah, man. That looks way cooler, doesn't it? Doesn't it? The egg, the Rook in there. If it goes to the graveyard, a 4/4 red flying creature comes in playing your side at the end of turn. Oh! I didn't know that. I thought it came out immediately, so I didn't get that part. Use a counter to represent it. That's funny. The token creatures. Here's like, use a token to represent it. It's treated exactly like a normal creature, except if it leaves play, it's removed from the game entirely. So that's just explaining token rules. So yeah, it didn't stump me, but I absolutely thought that you made the 4/4 right away. So there is that. Oh, Ebony Horse. Oh. Beano. Ebony Horse. Bro, I'm thinking of Jandor Saddlebags. That's something used on top creatures, but it can't be that. Ebony Horse. Oh, it must be awful. Okay. Figure out what commonality it's got to be. It's an artifact. There weren't any common artifacts at the beginning. Uncommon. Ebony Horse. No, it's got to be a rare. Jandor is it's a brown horse on Jandor Saddlebags. Ebony Horse got to be black. Does it look kind of like a unicorn? Or like a nightmare? What is it? Wait a minute. 2 mana. 2 mana casting artifact. 2 and tap. Remove an attacking creature from combat and treat it... An attacking creature you control from combat and treat it like it didn't attack? Do you have to use it before defense is chosen? I don't know about that part. I'm gonna be lucky if I'm like even half right on this one, bro. All right. 3. Okay, I was wrong on the casting cost. 2. Remove one of your attacking creatures from combat. Treat this as if the creature never attacked, except that defenders assigned to block it cannot choose to block another creature. You know what? I'm gonna give that one a stumped. I got the casting cost wrong, and I wasn't sure about when you could remove. I'm pleased with myself for getting some of it right, but that counts as a stump. I raised my barks to... In fact, I'm going to top my barks up in salute to that stumpage. You got me. You got me. Yeah, that's a stump. That's a genuine stump. Because when I saw the 3, I was like, oh, I'm wrong. I'm wrong. Hey, I did half decent, though. I did half decent on that, but that's a good stump. That's a good stump. This is fun. This is fun. They got me with the enemy horse, Carly. They've been horsing around and they got me. I don't know my horses. Fucking Lady Marmalade in my head now. I must have started marmalade in there. You know, is that a word? Yeah. Yeah, that's what it is. And then my brain goes, marmalade. All right, I'm back. I regrew my, was stumped. I got my leg back. I got my leg back. Bum, 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 bum. Oh, this is fun, man. I had fun at the Magic event. This is enjoyable. Going to Rib Fest on the weekend to eat a bunch of deliciousness. Man. Do I remember Magnetic Mountain? Oh, yeah, I asked if that was in Arabian Nights. I can't even remember that part. So let's see if I can dredge anything up. Magnetic Mountain. I mean, they put it in revised. So I should know it, right? So I'm going to say 2 red and 1 for an enchantment that shows like a bunch of pile of metal and stuff in the middle. Just kind of, whoop, maybe with water behind it? I don't know about that part. And it's something gorky like, it's like artifacts don't untap unless you pay 4 mana, something like that. Something like that. Yeah, yep. That's what I'm gonna say. Okay, what is it? 2 red and 1. No, blue creatures. Oh, you got me good. You got me good. The name fucked me up. I remember all the metal flying in. And I remember 4 mana to untap. I was sure it was artifacts. Like positive about the artifact part. Well done. That's another stump. This is fun. It's good. If I just got them all, what would be the point? It would just be like, whatever. And now do you see why it's important to not give me the text of the card versus the name? The name can trip me up. You let me stumble through my own nonsense. You feel me? That's it. That's it. This was a good stump. This was a good stump. Out of all the stumps so far, I'd say this is the one that I was most off base on. So, best stump so far. Good choice. Magnetic Mountain. I wasn't even sure it was in Arabian Nights because my brain went, it's for artifacts. It's got to be antiquities. So I was legit thinking, I'm like, is it even in the set? Because we're not doing cards in antiquities yet. Stone Throwing Devils is so well known. It's just a fucking 1 black, 1/1 first strike, right? Like, what's even the point? Like, any of the, like, the ones that got all the publicity for Wizards going, we're not making it anymore. Oh my gosh. You know, like, is that, Am I not going to know that one for real? Like, are you picking one to actually play the game? Like, what? Like, that's what it feels like when it's that one. It's just, that's one step away from saying the basic land. You feel me? You know, like, come on, man. Come on. Oh, Metamorphosis. Oh, is that Melty Face, man? Go, Metamorphosis. 1 green. It's probably sorcery speed. Maybe instant speed. Sorcery speed. Buddy's horrific crap is happening to him. Basically, it's like sack a creature, gain X+1 mana of any color where X the guy's casting cost, and you can only spend it to cast creatures. So if you like sack the dude who cost 1, then you get 2 mana of any color to spend how you wanted. That's what I'm going to say. That's what I'm going to say on that one. Metamorphosis. Oh, God, he's turning into a... Look at that face! Holy fucking shit! Oh, my God! Oh, my God! That's horrific, man! That's horrific! Look at that! What? Okay, 1 green sorcery, sack a creature in play for an amount of mana equal to its casting cost +1. It can be of any one color and can only be used to summon creatures. There you go. Got that one. Damn, that artwork, bro. That's intense. That's intense. Wrath, did we try Jandor's Saddlebags? Nope, we did Jandor's Ring. All right, Jandor's Saddlebags. 2 mana to put out 2 mana and tap it, untap a creature you control. Pretty sure. Pretty sure that's Jandor's Saddlebags. Although technically, I suppose it could be 2 to put out 3 to untap a creature. That is also a possibility. The activation might be slightly different. His Sandalbag. His Sandalbang. All right, Jandor's Saddlebag. 2 to put out 3, and on 3 and tap it to untap target creature. Yep. And the original one, yeah, I was right. It was a brown horse. He was a brown horse. All right. All right. I'll give you the mildest stumpage just for the fact that I couldn't absolutely say whether it was 2 or 3 to untap. So I didn't absolutely nail the card, but still real close. Still real close. Habanero Super Chat says Gazban Ogre. Gazban Ogre is awful. Just garbage. I loved green back in the day. And even at 1 mana, I wouldn't play with him. He was a 2/2. Very unreliable. It's unreliable because you give it to your opponent, right? That's how that works. So, yeah, he's the 1 green 2/2. Bam, give it to your opponent. And then you get it back if you have the highest life. So it's like he's a traitor and he's going to leave and go with whoever has the highest life total at any given time, right? It's like, yo, you got a higher life total? I'm with you, bro. And like the artwork is him all like this, like, yo, what's up? You got some chicken wings? He's green. His card is green and he is green. And I think the background around him is blue. All right, this is a different artwork. Yeah, there he is. Bam. There you go. He hops around during the upkeep based on the life total. 2/2 for 1 green. Hated this guy. I don't like that. Don't like it. Don't want to give my opponent my stuff. Never played with him. Never played with him. Screw that. 1 more mana. Give me Elvish Archers, baby. Give me Elvish Archers. Oh, you beautiful bastards. At least we're fighting in the shade, I says to young Angus. I love it. 1 green. Yeah, fuck your stupid 30th edition. Give me the dark, beautiful bad boys from the beginning. What the hell? Not the alpha 1/2s. These guys suck. I want the betas. Where the numbers are right. That's better. That's better. 1 green and 1. 2/1 first strike. I tell you, there was so many arrows flying about, you couldn't hardly see the sun. So I says to young Angus, well, at least now we're fighting in the shade. I fucking love it. I love it. The flavor is awesome. The flavor is awesome. The artist that did the horses was a professional jouster. Random facts. That's interesting. Burrito Island of Wak Wak. Oh, that one's goofy as hell. It's like a land that taps for no mana. It only taps to reduce a flying creature's power to 0. And it shows like a dude flying in the air. And the flavor text talks about coming from an island where fruits grow in the shape of women's fucking heads and say whack, whack. For real, for real. That's what it fucking says. That shit is so whack you can't not remember it, right? Look at this. Look at Buddy's fucking flying. Somehow there's a building flying in front of him. It's like 4 dongs herald his flight. So tap it to reduce target creature's power to 0. All right. The Isle of Wak Wak, home to a tribe of winged folk, is named for a peculiar fruit that grows there. The fruit looks like a woman's head, and when ripe, speaks the word whack. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. Aladdin's Ring. Aladdin's Ring is an expensive artifact that costs like 8 to activate. And it's probably 8 to put out as well. So like 8 mana to cast, 8 to activate, do 4 damage to any target. Pretty sure. And it's literally, the artwork is like a ring. I don't know if it has like a purple or red gemstone. This artwork for it is genuinely epic, by the way. Literally, Buddy's getting just disintegrate blasted. Like, that's awesome. It feels super powerful. This one, look at the face in it, man. It's like, welcome to space. It's fucking Spock. 8 to put out, 8, do fucking 4 damage to any target. You can only use it once a turn because it's mono artifact, so you tap it, right? I remember playing with this. I remember playing with this card. Called it Aladdin's Shotgun. Just you got 8 mana and you're like, I love your mana flare, bro. I loved playing against red players and being like, Aladdin's rings. Oh, awesome. Awesome. Diamond Valley is strong, man. Diamond Valley is tap it, sacrifice a creature, gain life equal to its toughness. And it shows like a skeleton in the artwork. You might have some armor on him as well. Tap, sack one of your creatures in exchange for a number of life points equal to its toughness. There you go. Strong, man. Strong. Once upon a time, I had one in my cube many, many years ago. Not anymore, but, you know, once upon a time. It's an awesome card. Oh, Millmaster says Jeweled Bird. Oh, bro, now we're going off into exotic territory. We're going bird hunting. Okay. Jeweled Bird. Oh, my God. That's right. It's that really goofy looking thing, right? It looks goofy as hell, and you're like, what self-respecting wizard would use it? And then you're like, yo, wait, never mind. I know why planeswalkers use it, because it lets you swap the ante. It's like a booby, a dodo bird. So Jeweled Bird is a 1 casting cost, goofy looking purple peacock wank bag who you tap it and you swap it for one of the cards in the ante, and that swap is permanent. So I could swap it for one of the cards you had anteed up, and now you own that Jeweled Bird, and I own your ante. That's a permanent property exchange. Not just for the game, I literally own the card now from the ante days, because we used to play for ante. I never played with Jeweled Bird because it felt stupid to give to my opponent, right? What does it say here? 1 Draw a card. Oh! Well now. Okay, I didn't know that. Draw a card and exchange Jeweled Bird for your contribution to the ante. Ho ho! Stumped. You got me. I explained it wrong 100%. Well, I was right just about anti-swaps, but it's only your anti-swap. You draw a card. I was right about how goofy it looks. It looks like it has a saddle on its head, bro. It looks like it has a melted joystick on its head. It does look like it has a saddle on its head. But you know what, bro? You get stump points. You stumped me good with that one. This is great. I love it. I like being stumped. It's more fun than remembering everything. I like nailing cards too. I like a mix. If I was only winning, it wouldn't be fun. And if I was only losing, it would be embarrassing as fuck because I'm the one who set this game up. Some historian. Serendib de Jin. Oh, there's the Jin and the Ifrit. Uh-oh. Which one's which? This one might just be a name stump because I feel like I know both of them. Serendib de Jin and Serendib Ifrit. So one of them is 1 blue and 2 for a 3/4 flyer that does 1 damage to you during your upkeep. And the other is 2 blue and 2 for a 5/6 that makes you sack a land every turn. If you can't sack a land, you lose it. And if you sack an island to it, it gets pissed and do 3 damage to you. And it's all beefy and squarped down. But which one's which? Dejin and Ifrit. I'm going to say that Serendib Dejin is the 5/6, 2 blue and 2, beefcake muscle boy flying down on in saying, sack a land to me every turn. If you sack an island to me, I'll punch you right in the dick. Survey says... Oh, there he is, my beefy boy. That's the art I remember. What does he cost? 2 blue and 2, 5/6 flag. During your upkeep, choose one of your own lands and destroy it. If you destroy an island, he does 3 damage to you, and he's destroyed if you have no lands. Yeah! Yeah! I got him! I got him! That was great. That was great. That's cool, man. Burrito King! Super Chat and Elephant Graveyard. Oh, that's sad. Elephant Graveyard, man. I wanted those so bad when I started playing. I had like a mammoth deck. I had the white mammoth and green mammoth, and I was like, yo, I got all the mammoths that exist right now. Elephant Graveyard regenerates elephants and mammoths. They've like errated it or whatever, right? So it but does it tap for mana? Taps for colors, taps to regenerate an elephant or mammoth, and artwork shows dead elephant bones kind of set up. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, tap to add 1 colors to your mana pool or regenerate an elephant or a mammoth. Yeah, I got both the creature types. There's only 2. There's only like 2 elephants at the time. You had war mammoths from the original set, and then you had what was the name of the other one? Was it war elephants and woolly mammoths? Probably something like that. Something like that. Something like that. Scam historian. I'm a scammer. It's true. It's true. Oh, you want to do the Magi edition? Okay, we did the Widen, so Magi is fine. Same difference. It's 3 red for a 6/3. Whenever you want to attack with it, you have to flip a coin. If you lose the coin flip, it can't attack, and it becomes tapped. The artwork depicts a red Jin with his arms extended going, come at me, bro! I work out every day, and I want to play Mortal Kombat with you. Yeah, am I right about that artwork or what? Alright. 3 red, 6/3. If you choose to attack with it, flip a coin after the attack's announced. And if the flip ends up in opponent's favor, it's tapped but doesn't attack. There you go. Can't attack and becomes tapped. Nailed it! Nailed it! Nailed it! Nailed it! Oh, Ball Falcon says, who's going in the oubliette tonight? Is he asking about a card, or is he asking who's going to get timed out and be put in the hole with him? Oubliette is how I pronounced it for the majority of my life, because I didn't know how it was actually pronounced. And the French pronunciation just feels goofy. Oubliette. Put him in the oubliette. Oh, I'm going to get oubliette. You're going to get oublied in the A, bro. Like, all right. Ball Falcon, you're the new lord of the board, and we're going to do oubliette. It is 2 black and 1. It's an enchantment, and you get to basically remove a creature from the game, right? It's like Oblivion Ring, but from like a million years ago. But it keeps the enchantments and counters on the creature, unlike Oblivion Ring. So it takes the creature and essentially puts it into something similar to it being phased out. They mechanically changed it to do that in recent times, but originally it just did something similar, where all enchantments and counters are kept track of, and once the oubliette is gone, the creature returns. All right. This artwork's awesome. They're both awesome, actually. This one just shows a guy rotten. Of course, he's dead, which is a little confusing because it's like, well, the guy's not dead. But anyways, it's 2 black and 1. I love the old school wording. Select a creature in play when it's cast. That creature is considered out of play as long as this is in play. Hence, the creature cannot be the target of spells and cannot receive damage, use special powers, attack, or defend. All counters and enchantments on the creature remain, but are also out of play. If oubliette's removed, creature returns to play tapped. So it comes back with the counters and enchantments too. It doesn't just keep them separate. I kept track of him, and now that he's back, he doesn't get them, right? So... Wrath, you remember seeing packs of Arabian Nights at your LGS way back in the day for $9? Wow. I never got to see packs of Arabian Nights or Antiquities. I never got to, like, open them or do any of that. I've never opened Arabian Nights, Antiquities, Unlimited, Beta, Alpha. None of that. None of that. Legends was on the shelf for one day. It showed up the day I started and was gone the day I started. Legends was impossible to get. Impossible. Beano! Oh, her Jackal. Not his Jackal. Oh, such a terrible joke. Okay. Her Jackal is an interesting one because it has an obscure ability. It's 1 red for a 1/1, and it has the ability to tap, target creature can't regenerate this turn. So it shuts off regeneration. It's very, very specific. It's honestly like a terrible ability. Why am I typing in Hercule? It's terrible. You never really use the shutting off regeneration ability ever. It was just like, this is just a 1/1 for 1 that technically you might use its ability, but you never really did. It looks like a kangaroo kind of from the artwork, doesn't it? Doesn't it? Sinbad caused so much cheating? Why did Sinbad cause cheating? Hold on, let's think. What was he? I remember he's like a dude sprawled out, like he's clinging to stuff. 1 blue and 1 for a 1/1. Tap him to look at the top card of your deck, and if it's a land, put it into your hand. Oh, maybe it's because he doesn't say reveal, and so people would just cheat and be like, haha, it's a land, I put it in my hand. Tap to draw a card from your library, but discard that card if it's not a land. Ah, yeah. I mean, I could see how people would cheat with that easy. I definitely see how that would lead to cheating. Juglum, you liked to get starter decks because of all the lands. Yo, it wasn't easy to get lands, so that's understandable. You used to only be able to get like 1 land per pack, or you get them in the starter decks, and that was it. That was it. Blade, you're at the 94 Gen Con and they were selling Legends stock for $2.79 a pack. Oh, crazy. Crazy, crazy. I have opened very, very few packs of Legends in my life. I've opened like 4 or 5, I think, like in total. It's pretty nutty. It's so crazy that this game is still going, you know? 30 years later, we can play a game of, let's just go back let's go back in time and talk about old cards and look at them and test the old memory. Cthulhu, Curdape, that's 1 red for a 1/1, and it gets +1/+2 as long as you control forests. That thing was a house off a first turn Taiga. It felt so unfair, man. It felt so dirty. It's like 1 red, and it's like, you got a fucking 2/3, and because it's a Taiga, you get the red mana from it. It counts as a fucking forest, too. That was a dick punch, bro. Curdape was a dick punch. I hated it. I was like, that's so much for 1 mana. How is that okay? Everybody ran Curdapes all over the place if they're playing red-green, man. Singing Tree. Oh, I love Singing Tree, man. It's goofy. 1 green and 3 for a 0/3 tree. Tap to reduce target attacking creature's power to 0. And it's just like a tree with a mouth. That's what it looks like. Yeah, see, look. It's got a mouth, bro. You know, like, yo, I'm a planeswalker. Be like, yo, I've never gotten a Hummer from a tree before. That's about to change. Kenzie, that's right. They didn't do second print runs or nothing. They printed some cards. They printed what they could, and that was it. And that was it. It was a lot harder to get stuff. Balvalga and Kumbaj Witches. Oh, they're funky. 2 black for a 1/3. And it shows like 2 witches on the artwork, right? And their ability is tap to do 1 damage to any target, but then the opponent who you did it to, or like whoever owns the creature you did it to, gets to do a damage back to a target of their choice. So you get to go, I'm going to do 1 damage where I want to do it, and then wherever you do it, they're going to get you back. Which feels like a real deal with witches, right? And look at this. This McKinnon artwork is amazing for it. It's incredible for it. It's friggin' awesome. But yeah, this is the original. It's crazy. Because look at the one witch has an extra finger and everything. It's so nutty. I just love it. I love the concept behind it, you know? It's got that like black magic vibe, that dark evil making a pact with villainous, not quite human beings. Oops. There goes my straw. So yeah, you can see, it might look to you guys on the screen like it actually costs... oh yeah, no, this is 2 black. I'm thinking of a different card. Right? The some of the cards like this have a colorless symbol as well. But I already said this one's 2 black. Kumbaj Witches was never 3. But there are black spells that cost 2 black and 1, but you can't even see the 1 really, because of the way it's printed. Man, it's so nutty to think about how long ago it was that all this stuff came out. And Arabian Nights and Antiquities were the only 2 sets printed before I started playing Magic. I feel like a dinosaur. I'm going to eat like a dinosaur tomorrow. I'm going to get pulled pork. I'm going to get like fucking waffles and a bloomin' onion. We and Carly talked about it. We're just going to pick out. We're going to get a whole bunch of stuff. We're going to eat so much at the Rib Fest. You guys are going to be like, is there a stream tonight? And I'll be like, can't. I'm too bloated and dying. Carly has to roll me around like a giant ball. Oh. Yeah, it's going to be good. Drove by there today on my way to the tournament. Looked out the window, saw a bunch of people in the park having a good time, enjoying the festival. It's the same park that I recorded a bunch of the stream intro in too, so that's neat. Gonna go down there tomorrow and have a good time. You can go multiple days too. There's no limits, man. It's pig out festival style. Keep expecting there to be a straw and there isn't. This is an untenable situation. I'm going to get a straw. That was not the last straw for me. Sniper rifle really helps. Yeah, nice. I got mine double fire upgraded. I hunted tiger sharks until I had enough of their fucking teeth. Yeah, it's awesome. It does fucking, it carries 4 bullets, and it does 90% bonus damage and fire damage. So it does almost double damage. So it's like, it does 40 damage, and then it adds fucking 90% of that as well in flame damage. Yeah, and four shots per ammo load. It's dope. I can take down fucking like hammerheads and shit in one set, you know? Just shoot them 4 times in the fucking face. Talking about my Dave the Diver setup and how I'm a boss at fucking slaughtering sharks. At first I was running from them, but then I started to show up with some serious fucking gear, and it's like, yo, guess what, sharks? I got a crazy fucking anime dude who figured out how to make underwater sniper rifles and infuse them with fire magic, so I hope you like getting shot in the dick multiple times. Just bow, 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 bow. Like, oh, it's awesome. And then collecting up their parts and selling them. I'm an ecological disaster, squarping up all kinds of nature and selling it and eating it. Alright, I got a straw. We're good. Oh, yeah, man. Stoked about this Rib Fest action. I'm also stoked about my proxies coming in. I have no idea how long it's going to take, but I'm looking forward to souping up my cube. VT, not when I'm done. I shoot him right off with my sniper rifle, bro. For real though, guys, if you haven't played Dave the Diver, it is an awesome game. There's so many different aspects to it. They put a ton of work into it, and I'm having a lot of fun swimming around in the sea. Like, the sharks are actually genuinely intimidating, and they keep adding new sharks in. So I'm used to hunting particular ones like they're nothing, because I'm like, yeah, I'm used to you. You're no big deal. Some of them I can actually just go boom, boom with my souped up sniper rifle and blast them out. It's awesome. Just 2 shots and the shark's dead before I even get there. And I'm like, haha, you're a joke. But then there's like mako sharks, and they show up and like, hey, I noticed you have these special nets designed to catch sharks. It'd be a shame if I just tore through it and fucked you up, wouldn't it? And it'd be like, oh my God, what's happening? It's biting me, stop. So, yeah. Now I'm down in the Arctic glacier action, and there's these giant insane sharks, and I'm getting attacked by narwhals and stuff. It's never safe 100%. But then you're also running a restaurant and investigating eco-terrorists and all this stuff. It's awesome. Carly, the makos are fucking yup. Yeah, the makos and the hammerheads, I find right now, are the ones that really bring the fire and the pain. The mako is obnoxious. And there's another one too that like zips in and slaps with its tail. I've actually learned aquatic facts playing this game too. The game actually educates you on top of it, which is it's not why I recommend it. I don't give a shit about that. But it is a nice little bonus where I'm like, yo, this kind of tuna has to swim forever. It'll die. It's like, what? Don't stop swimming or you die. It's like, nature is bizarre. Hypnotic angelfish. Yep, I caught a bunch of those. I have a fish farm set up. That's awesome. As you catch fish, you can sometimes get their roe, and then you can use those fish eggs to grow little baby fish in captivity and start a fish farm. So then you actually are generating additional fish that you can sell or use for recipe parts in your sushi restaurant. And I also have a farm where I'm growing carrots and cucumber because this game has completely out of whack pricing. It's like, let me get this straight. I can go down into the water and I can kill like reef sharks and shit. And I can make a dish out of a reef shark and it's worth $40. Yeah, huh? And I can grow a cucumber. And I can use that cucumber in a dish for fucking $300. Yup. I'm sorry. Why the fuck is a cucumber that I don't have to fight that grows overnight in this bizarre world? It's an overnight cucumber. I had to fight a shark to the death for this. One of us was going to die. Like, I'll tell you this, fight to the death between me and a cucumber. It ain't nearly what you think it is. So, it's just like, what? What? This pricing makes no sense. Why the fuck are cucumbers so valuable? There's a cucumber festival going on at my sushi restaurant. And that is not a euphemism. There is literally a cucumber festival. So I am hurriedly growing cucumbers to make as much money as possible. VT pyramids. Oh, pyramids. That's a weird one. 6 casting cost artifact. 2 mana. You activate it when a land's going to be destroyed, and the land isn't destroyed because you paid the 2 mana. Like, that's it. That's all it does. And the artwork is like pyramids. Or a pyramid. Oh, you can remove enchantments too. Ooh, all right, stump points. Not a full stump, but a partial stump. I only thought it just stopped the lands from being destroyed, not from being enchanted. So that is definitely a partial. That's a partial. Jess, oh, you want some network identification? You got it.
Hatcher Entertainment Network. That's the hen.
Bagok! Beano, yes, pyramids is terrible. It is terrible. Millmaster? Oh, Aladdin's lamp. Yeah, seeing like 2/5 side by side is definitely very confusing. You just go, wait, what? What is this casting cost? It's absolutely bizarre. What up, Goddard? How you doing, buddy? Cthulhu, Old Man of the Sea. Hey, there's no reason to insult me, bro. Come on now. Old Man of the Sea. 2 blue and 1. 2/3. Tap to gain control of target creature until either the old man becomes untapped or the creature's power goes higher than his. So we can only take creatures whose power are less than his, and as soon as they become stronger, he has to get off of them. He's hilarious. He literally climbs on your back. He climbs on your back and makes you do what he wants. Because you're not as strong as him. He picks a weak, like, see, look at this. Look at this. Isn't that amazing? 2 blue and 1, 2/3. Tap to gain control of a creature with power no greater than old man's power. Oh, wait, can you take creatures with the same power? No greater than. If old man becomes untapped, you lose control of the creature. You may choose not to untap him. You also lose control of the creature if old man dies or the power becomes greater than old man's. Oh, all right, partial stump. Partial stump. Thought it was 55 mana for a week. I could see how you'd think that. I had the benefit of Revised already being out at that point, so it was like they put it in there and it had a 10 on it. Beano, yeah, you just gotta pay 8 mana to stop a strip mine. That's worth it. That's worth it. Jess says, if only I owned all the cards I could remember. That'd be amazing. That'd be amazing. I wouldn't complain about that. I've remembered a fair number of them. That'd be decent. There's a bunch of memorable cards, you know, from the earlier days. So there's parts of them that definitely stick out in my brain. How about City in a Bottle? Oh, City in a Bottle is one of those weird world hosers. Back in the day, Wizards made cards for sets that would literally hose every card from the set kind of deal. But City in a Bottle was like for permanence, right? So It's an artifact. When it comes out, all Arabian Nights cards in play are destroyed, and you can't bring in more Arabian Nights cards. Something wild like that. Now, how much did it cost though? It wasn't 1, was it? Was it 4? Ooh, yeah, this is going to be a partial stump for sure. Because I can't remember the casting cost. Nobody ever played these. It's 2. Yeah, all right. All right, so that's a partial stump right there. All cards from Arabian Nights must be discarded from play except for Sealing a Bottle. While it's in play, no further cards from Arabian Nights can be played. So yeah, I got the ability right, but not the casting cost. Definitely partial stump. They errated old man to be a djinn. I mean, whatever. They give him a creature type that's useful to people. That's fine. I can't say that I like it for flavor. But whatever. What are you going to do, right? So yeah, City in a Bottle, that's definitely a partial stump right there. Man, there's so many cards. There's so many cards out there. I love it. Flying Carpet. Flying Carpet's 4 cast and cost artifact, 2 and tap it to give a creature flying until end of turn. That one, I remember using that on my Force of Nature. Oh God, an 8/8 flying trampler. Here he comes. I slap him on a flying carpet. Oh, that's funny. I tried using it. It's terrible, by the way. If it's not obvious to you, paying 4 mana to put out an artifact, 2 and tap it, to give a creature flying is terrible. But as a green player, I was desperate. I've loved green since the beginning, and green was underserved. Green's only become a badass in the last, few years, where Wizards went, let's crank it, Questing Beast, and all this other awesome stuff. But, for a long time, green was Magic's weakest color. Weakest. Ring-a-maroof. Oh, man, I knew a guy who had one stuck to his floor. I pried it up off the floor and it had a big rip in it. And I was just like, can I trade you for this? I wanted it so bad. I love that card. It's a 5 cast and cost artifact, and you pay 5 mana when you're going to draw a card. And instead of drawing that card, you can pick any card you own from outside the game, right? I love that card. I love that card. The weird ring face and everything, man. I actually have one of these in my cube, like a real one. I have a real Ring-a-Maroof. It's one of the few awesome cards I have. Red Nightmare, you enjoyed the stream yesterday? So many clips to send to your friends. Nice. Glad you had a good time. Oh, the old days of Magic, man. They was special. They was special. All right, well, this has been fun. I like this concept. We are going to continue it. This is now officially an ongoing series. So next time, we are going to do antiquities. All right? So go ahead and pick your most devious choices and see just how much you can stump me. See if somebody can beat that Magnetic Mountain stumpage. Because so far, that is the most stumped I have been. Right? And with that burp, that was my soul leaving. Sorry, I guess I just fucking died.